Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Cape Town's uneducated surgeon Mr. Hamilton, who was awarded the honorary degree of Master of Medicine, who could neither read nor write. Let's see how this is possible. Cape Town Medical University has a leading position in the medical world. The world's first bypass operation took place at the same university. Master of Medicine awarded the honorary degree of who has never seen the face of school in his life, who could read an English word and not write. But one morning in 2003, world renowned surgeon Professor David Dent announced in the university auditorium, "Today we are awarding an honorary degree in medicine to the man who produced the most surgeons in the world, who is an extraordinary teacher and an amazing surgeon, and who studied medical science and surprised the human mind." With the announcement, the professor took the name Hamilton, and the entire auditorium stood and greeted the cross. It was the biggest reception in the history of this university. Hamilton was born in Sanitani, a remote village in Cape Town. His parents were shepherds, he wore goatskin, and he walked in the mountains barefoot all day. As a child, his father fell ill, so he left the sheep and goat and moved to Cape Town. Construction was underway at the University of Cape Town in those days. He joined the university as a laborer. He would send home as much money as he could get after a hard day's work, and he used to sleep in the open ground by chewing gram himself. He worked as a laborer for many years. The construction process ended. He got the job of mowing the tennis court. He arrives at the tennis court every day and starts mowing the lawn. He did this for 3 years. Then came a strange turn in his life. He reached a point in medical science where no one else has ever been. It was a mild, warm morning. Professor Robert Joyce, researching on giraffes, wanted to see. When a giraffe bends its neck to drink water, why doesn't it have a Caesar? They laid a giraffe on the operating table, knocked him unconscious. But as soon as the operation started, the giraffe shook its head, so they needed a strong man to keep the giraffe's neck tight during the operation. The professor came out of the theater. Hamilton was mowing the lawn in front. The professor saw that he was a healthy young man of a strong stature. They beckoned him and ordered him to grab the giraffe's neck. Hamilton grabbed his neck. The operation lasted 8 hours. During this time, the doctor continued to take tea and coffee breaks. However, Hamilton he stood holding the giraffe's neck. When the operation was over, he quietly went out and started mowing the lawn. The next day, the professor called him again. He came and grabbed the giraffe's neck and stood up, after which it becomes his routine. He worked double for many months and he demanded some additional compensation for his duty, and nor did he complain. Professor Robert Joyce was impressed by his perseverance and sincerity, and Hamilton is promoted from a mowing the tennis court to lab assistant. He now came to the university, went to the operating theatre, and helped the surgeons. This process continued for years. In 1958 came another turning point in his life. This year, Dr. Burnett came to the university and started heart transplant operation. Hamilton became his assistant. During these operations, he went from assistant to additional surgeon. Now the doctors operated, and after the operation he was given the task of stitching. He used to do excellent stitches. His fingers were clean and fast. He stitches 50 people in one day. While working in the operating theatre, he began to understand the human body more than surgeons. So the senior doctors gave him the responsibility of teaching the junior doctors. He now began the teaching surgery techniques to junior doctors. He gradually became the most important figure in the university. He was unfamiliar with the terms of medical science, but he was the best surgeon in the world. The third turning point in his life came in 1970, when research on the liver began. This year, and he identified one such liver artery during surgery, which made liver transplantation more easier. His remark astonished the great minds of medical sciences. Today, when a person has a liver operation in the some corner of the world, and the patient opens his eyes and sees the light, the reward for the successful operation goes directly to Hamilton. Hamilton achieved this position with sincerity and perseverance. He was associated with the University of Cape Town for 50 years. In those 50 years, he never took a vacation. He would leave at the 3 o'clock at night, walk 14 miles to the university, and he would enter the theatre at exactly 6 o'clock. People used to fix their watches with his time. He received an honor that no one in medical science had ever received. He was the first illiterate teacher of medical history. He was the first illiterate surgeon to train 30,000 surgeons in his lifetime. He died in 2005 and was buried at the university, and it was then made compulsory for surgeons to pass out from the university after obtaining that degree, go to his grave, take a picture, and then get into practical life. You know how he got this position? Only one. Yes, the day he was called to the operating theatre to grab the giraffe's neck. If he had refused that day, if he had said that day, I am a ground maintenance worker, my job is not to hold the giraffe's neck, it was a yes and an extra 8 hours of hard work that opened the door to success for him, and he became a surgeon. Most of us have been looking for a job all our life. Well, we must find work. Every job in the world has one criteria, and job is available only to those who meet the criteria. While if you wanted to work, you could start any work in the world in a few minutes, and no power in the world would be able to stop you. Hamilton had found the secret. He gave the importance to work rather than job. Thus, it changed the history of medical science. Imagine if he applied for a surgeon's job, could he have become a surgeon? Never, but he put the hood down and held the giraffe's neck and became surgeon. These are unemployed people fail because they just look at a job. Because they just look at the job, not for a work. The day you started working like Hamilton, you will win the Nobel Prize and will become great and successful human being. Thank you so much. If you like this story, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.